Last last week, I I went over to Steve Jobs' house to borrow a can of Diet Right because I was thirsty and I had nothing in my fridge to drink. So I go over to Jobs' house and it's evening and I walk over there and his grandkids, Jobs' grandkids are out in the yard. And I walk up to one of his grandkids and I go, "Hey, where's Jobs at? Where's that jerk at?" And he just goes, and he starts picking his boogers and eating them and wiping them on his pants. And he's drunk out of his mind. And I go, "I'm not gonna get anything from you, you booze hound." So I go over to Jobs' other grandson, and he's listening to his Microsoft Zune player. He's listening to Incubus, and I go, "Hey, where's Jobs at? Where's the old Jobster? Where's your grandfather at?" And he goes, "I'm trying to listen to Incubus, leave me alone." And I go, "I just want to know where Jobs is at, and Incubus sucks." He goes, he's not at home. Why don't you go look around the neighborhood for my grandpa Steve Jobs? And I go, "Give a guy a flashlight. It's pitch black outside." So he gives me a flashlight, and I'm walking around the neighborhood, and it's pitch night. And I'm shining the flashlight around on the street going, "Here, Jobs. Here, Jobsy, Jobsy, Jobsy. Here, Jobs, it's your old pal trying to borrow a can of soda." And I look up in a tree, I see something up in a tree by a house up on the street. And I go, "Jobs? Hey, Jobs, is that you up in that tree?" And he goes, "Hey, shh, why don't you keep it down?" And I go, "Jobs, what are you doing up in that tree up there?" And he motions up to me, he motions up. And I come up in the tree, and I look in a window, because the tree's by a house, and I look in the window, and there's a woman in the window, undressing. And I go, "Jobs, are you peeping Tom on your neighbor's wife? On your neighbor Steve Wozniak's wife, Jobs?" And he goes, "You're damn straight." I go, "Jobs, what are you doing that for?" He said, "I'm recovering from a major disease. What else have I got to do but peep Tomcat on my neighbor and co-founder of Apple, Steve Wozniak's beautiful wife?" And I go, "Jobs, you're a nut job." And he goes, "Yeah." "Yeah, big whoop. Why don't you join me?" And I go, "Jobs, you're a nut job, but it sounds like it's right down my alley." And he goes, "It's a date, so why don't you join me? I got tuna sandwiches and a delicious packed meal, and we can peep Tom on Steve Wozniak's beautiful wife." And I said, "That sounds great." And so we sat out on the tree and we Tom peeped on Wozniak's beautiful wife until the sun came up.